Welcome to NSG 311. Community Health Nursing 1. Study Session 1. Introduction to Community Health Nursing. Introduction. The history of community health nursing reflects a proud tradition of providing care to clients, families, and communities in assorted and challenging practice settings. Community health nurses are part of a diverse team of healthcare professionals who provide healthcare services to our citizens across the lifespan. Together, we shall explore the various definitions of the community health nursing, public health nursing, and the various subspecialties and roles that community health nurses play to promote and preserve the health and well-being of individuals, families, and communities. Learning outcomes for study session 1. At the end of this study session, you should be able to 1. Explain the concepts and types of community. 2. Distinguish between community health nursing and public health nursing. 3. Enumerate the various subspecialties in community health nursing practice. Community. Community health nurses have a rich tradition of providing leadership and care to help empower diverse populations across lifespan. Through the International Council of Nurses and various national nursing and public health associations, community health nurses have made a formal commitment to improve the health of the world population. This commitment, like the declaration from which it arose, is based on the recognition that health is determined largely by the social, economic, and political environment in which people live, and that effective solutions to health problems must therefore address social, economic, and political issues. The term community is derived from two Latin words, com, meaning together, and munis, meaning to serve. Thus, community means to serve together. A community is a collection of interdependent people with residential ties to a particular locality. The term community can be described as a penetrable and dynamic collection of citizens who interact with each other and their environment and who share common traits, culture, qualities, features, social structures, and/or geographical boundaries. The World Health Organization, WHO 1998, states that members of a community gain their social and personal identities by sharing common beliefs, values, and norms which have been developed by the community in the past and may be modified in the future. They exhibit some awareness of identity as a group and share common needs and a commitment to meeting them. A community can also be defined as groups of people living together in particular places. Definitions which view it as populations and geographical areas are those that have been used by health planners in their assessment and planning work. Community is basically the medium for the development of its inhabitants. Types of community. The following are the types of community. 1. Geographical communities. 2. Community of culture. 3. Community organizations. 1. Geographical communities. It ranges from local neighborhood, suburbs, village, town or city, region, nation, or even the planet as a whole. These are referred to as community of location. 2. Community of culture. It ranges from the local clique, subculture, ethnic group, religious, multicultural, or pluralistic civilization, or the global communities of today. They may be regarded as communities of need or identity. Examples are disabled persons, frail aged people. 3. Community organizations. It ranges from informal, family, or kinship networks to more formal incorporated associations, political decision-making structures, economic enterprises, or professional associations at a small, national, or international scale. Characteristics of a healthy community. A healthy community, 1, is one in which members have a high degree of awareness of being in a community. 2, uses its natural resources while taking steps to conserve them for future generations. 3, openly recognizes the existence of subgroups and welcomes their participation in community affairs. 4, is always prepared to meet crises. 5, is a problem-solving one, that is, identifies, analyzes, and organizes to meet its own needs. 6, has legitimate and effective ways to settle disputes that arise within the community. Functions of the community. 1, socialization and social placement. 2, economic needs. 3, social interparticipation. 4, social control. 5, mutual support. 1, socialization and social placement. The community is the major agent of socialization. It involves inculcating the norms and values of the family and societal roles required of the members. Though the family is responsible for transforming the infant into a social being who can assume adult social roles, this role is shared with many institutions outside the family, e.g., the school, churches, mosques, health and human service agencies. 2, economic needs. Production, distribution and consumption of goods and services, that is, the means by which the community provides for the economic needs of its members. 3, social interparticipation. Communities' activities that are designed to meet people's needs for companionship, e.g., churches, families, public and private organizations. 4, social control. This has to do with the way in which law and order are maintained in the community, e.g., police, Odia People Congress, OPC, etc. 5, mutual support. This involves the community's ability to provide resources at a time of diseases, crises, and disasters achievable through families, health, and social services. Nursing views of the community. Nurses can perceive or consider the community in 5 ways. Take 2. Nurses can perceive or consider the community in 5 ways. 1, aggregate. 2, resource. 3, community as client. 4, political entity. And 5, human environment field. 1, aggregate. Community is seen as a collection of separate individuals who constitute the community with a common concern. 2, resource. This is the current and subtle movement to seek the strength within individuals, families, and the community at large, in contrast to illnesses and diseases. That is, what is the community doing right that could be built upon or developed to improve their self-effectiveness, thus creating a foundation for future interventions and planning. 3. Community as client. Here, the community is seen as a whole entity in respect to health promotion, prevention of disease, sanitation, epidemics, and immunization programs. 4. Political entity. The community's voice for influencing healthcare service delivery, policies, and legislation which would influence positive change. 5. Human environment field. A community is more than just a place. It is about people's relationships, about how we are as a people, how you are a person. It is about the how of everyday life. Community Health Nursing Practice, CHN. Community health nursing practice is the blend of nursing theory and public health theory applied to promoting, preserving, and maintaining the health of populations through the delivery of personal healthcare services to individuals, families, and groups. The focus of practice is health of individuals, family, and groups, and the effects of their health status on the health of the community as a whole. The CHN is not restricted to the care of a particular age or diagnostic group. The community health nurse conducts a continuing and comprehensive practice that is preventive, curative, and rehabilitative. Participation of all consumers of healthcare is encouraged in the development of community activities that contribute to the promotion of education about and maintenance of good health. These activities require comprehensive health programs such as 1. Public Health Nursing Practice, PHN. Public health nursing is the practice of promoting and protecting the health of populations using knowledge from nursing, social, and public health sciences. The primary focus is to promote health and prevent diseases and disabilities for entire population groups. That is, it is population focused. Public health nursing use evidences gathered to influence and direct current delivery of care, use of health resources, and policy development and research at local, regional, national, and even international levels in order to promote health and prevent diseases. Public health nursing use evidences gathered to influence and direct current delivery of care, use of health resources, and policy development and research at local, regional, national, and even international levels in order to promote health and prevent diseases. Public health nursing is a systematic process by which the health and healthcare needs of a population are assessed in order to identify subpopulations, families, and individuals who would benefit from health promotion or who is at risk of illness, injury, disability, and premature death. Practice Subspecialties in Community Health Nursing, CHN. We shall examine some emerging practice subspecialties in community health nursing. We shall briefly explore the roles of public health nurses, home care nurses, field nurses, disaster and emergency nurses, hospice nurses, forensic nurses, mental health nurses, nurse practitioners, occupational health nurses, parish nurses, school nurses, rural and remote nurses. Correctional health nursing. Correctional health nursing is a branch of professional nursing that provides nursing services to clients in correctional facilities. People imprisoned in correctional facilities are also entitled to physical and mental health care services in accordance with professional and community standards. The nurses here are employees of the correctional settings that they work for and must abide by the security procedures and correctional policies that govern these institutions. One of the challenges of working in correctional settings is the contradiction of providing nursing care services in an environment or community that is primarily oriented toward confinement and/or punishment. Nurses must be aware of social and psychological implications of confinement on the inmates who, though majorly may be male, females are also included, including substance abuse, infectious diseases, overcrowding, serious mental illness, and pregnancy-related concerns. (1.3.2) Disaster and emergency nursing. An emergency is any type of accident that is life-threatening and has to be responded to immediately in order for the life to be conserved. A disaster is an event of natural or man-made causes that lead to sudden disruptions of normalcy within the society, causing damage. The damage affects life and properties to such an extent that is beyond the capacity of normal socio-economic mechanisms to cope with. 1. Disaster management. Disaster management is the planning and coordination of relevant research to combat a situation or event with a desired goal of minimizing the subsequent devastations. This could be natural or man-made. 2. Natural disasters. These are a group of disasters that are spontaneous, ingenious, and natural, which include a. Water-related, e.g., flood, tsunamis, El Nino, dam burst, groundwater hazard. B. Land and mass movement disaster, e.g., groundwater exploitation, landslides, and earthquakes. C. Others are cyclones, storms, hurricane, tornadoes, avalanches, lightning and frost disasters, collapsed bridges and buildings. 3. Man-made disasters. This can be conveniently classified into a. Technological or industrial disasters. The kind of disasters that fall into this group are mine disasters, industrial accidents, wars, chemicals, railways, air accidents, and fire outbreaks. B. Biodiversity disasters. Examples include deforestation, anthrax, infection attacks during wars and forest fires. C. Chemical disasters. These are occurrences of emission, fire, or emission involving one or more hazardous chemicals in the course of industrial activities, storage, or transportation. Forensic nursing. Forensic nursing is defined as the application of nursing science to public or legal proceedings. The application of forensic aspects of healthcare combined with the biopsychosocial education of the registered nurse in the scientific investigation and treatment of trauma and/or death victims and perpetrators of abuse, violence, criminal activity, and traumatic incidents. Hospice Care. Hospice Care is a coordinated program of palliative services which alleviates pain or other symptoms without curing, delivered to terminally ill clients and their families. Interventions provide for the physical, psychological, social, and spiritual care of dying persons and their families. Hospice emphasizes the caring and comfort aspects over the curing aspects via interventions to alleviate symptoms and control pain in the client and provide support and instruction to the client and significant others. Caring and curing interventions include actions that preserve the humanity and protect the dignity of dying clients and their loved ones. Hospice care nurses should explore the following issues and their associated meanings with clients, family members, and significant others: pain management, expectations of healthcare providers, the meaning of suffering, preferred location for end-of-life care, and visitors. It also involves the delivery of holistic, sympathetic, empathetic, personal care to dying individuals and their family members during critical periods. 1.3.5 Mental health nursing. This is defined as providing nursing assistance in achieving a positive sense of emotional and spiritual well-being that respects the importance of culture, equity, social justice, interconnections, and personal dignity among the populace. One effective model of practice is for nurses to work together, often with other healthcare disciplines, at agencies organized for assessment, treatment, and support of clients. However, the focus should be on preventive activities through promotion of physical, social, and environmental determinants of mental health. Nurse practitioners. She or he is a licensed registered nurse with advanced clinical and scientific knowledge and decision-making skills in assessment, diagnosis, and healthcare management. Nurse practitioners can practice in a variety of community-based settings to meet the healthcare needs and challenges facing diverse groups of citizens across the lifespan. Nurse practitioners have the ability to A. Provide health awareness screening activities, e.g., pap smear. B. Monitor and assess infants' growth and development. C. Diagnose and treat minor illnesses, e.g., ear and bladder infections, and minor injuries, screen for and diagnose the presence of chronic diseases. D. Monitor and assess. Take 2. D. Monitor and assess patients with stable chronic conditions. Occupational health nursing. Occupational nursing is a synthesis and application of principles from nursing, medicine, and environmental health, the study and prevention of environmental problems, toxicology, the study of poisons, and epidemiology. It focuses on the promotion, protection, and preservation of workers' health within the context of a safe, productive, and healthy work environment. The occupational health nurse has multiple clinical, educational, and administrative responsibilities. 1. Clinical responsibilities include pre-placement assessment, annual physical examination, diagnosis and treatment of acute minor illnesses, emergent care, and counseling. 2. Educational obligations consist of identifying teaching or learning needs, developing programs, and evaluating learning outcomes. 3. Administrative duties include performing referral and follow-up, monitoring the work site, implementing corporate and governmental regulations, communicating worker health needs to corporate management, and various other administrative tasks. Nursing intervention may be geared towards the individual worker, a group of workers on the same unit, or a population of workers with similar actual or potential needs. Parish nursing. A parish nurse is a registered nurse who provides general nursing services to members of a faith congregation as a part of the ministerial team. The nurse promotes the health of parishioners and their families by integrating theological, psychological, sociological, and physiological perspectives of health and healing with the belief and culture of the congregation in order to improve the quality of life of the parishioners. They do more of health promotion activities. Parish nurses can integrate caring principles into practicing by focusing on the beliefs and values of the individual and can effectively combine the strengths of humanities and science, medicine and religion, doctors and clergy, and spirituality and health to better client outcomes. Rural and remote nursing. The health and well-being of rural and remote communities is dependent upon an educated and sustainable healthcare workforce that can provide accessible and high-quality healthcare services to their citizens. End of study session 1. Thanks for listening.